If Ford is listening to me, here's some advice. Hey, what do you hear? What do you say? My Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus, your sister's there, it's the Pony Express. A very ticked off Vic here. You know what ticks me off? Ford had another recall. I just did a rant about the last Ford recall like 4 months ago. What are they doing over there? I mean, seriously, what is Ford doing? They started making cars at like right after the turn of the 20th century. Now, for all you morons, that's around 1900. How hard is it to keep making cars like you've made them for 120 years? The formula is there. It's a fucking recipe. If you bake cookies, and they're good cookies every time, and you are using your grandmother's cookie recipe, why would you change the way you make the cookies? Just make the fucking cookies the same way. Jesus Christ, Ford. You got steering wheels falling off. You got brake issues. You got this breaking. You got that falling apart. I don't understand. Why aren't you using materials that you know work and a design that has been proven over time? It's like a toilet bowl maker having a recall because they changed something, and now when you flush, it shoots the shit out of the bowl and right into your ass. In other news today, the toilet bowl has been recalled because of a faulty reverse shit stream that may pump your feces right back up and into your sister's ass. So what's the problem with Ford this time? Oh, nothing important. Just the hose to the brake line might explode. I'll say it again. The hose to the brake line might explode or something like that. Oh, sure, I get it. It's just a hose doing what a hose does, which is not explode. How about use non-exploding hoses where you need to use hoses in a car? Jesus, Ford. This is not good. It's like the wheels are coming off the cart over there in Detroit. Literally. I mean, I'm starting to think that if Ford did make carts, they'd have to recall them because the wheels would come off the cart. So, I'm reading about this latest recall, and it says the joust hose is faulty. Jouse, joust hose. Now, I've been around cars for 50 years, and I've never heard of a joust hose. I even think the chick and my cousin Vinny wouldn't even know what the fuck the joust hose is. Well, what the fuck? It's just a hose. How about just call it the hose that leads to the brakes that doesn't explode because explosive parts are bad to install in cars? So, I don't know what a joust hose is. What do I do when I need to learn something? I pick up my Google machine and I bang my fingers around on it. So, what did I find? Nothing! I input every possible description to see what the fuck the joust hose is. What is a Ford joust hose? What does the joust hose do? What do you call the hose that leads to the brake line on a Ford vehicle? And nothing comes up. Nothing comes up when you even just put in joust hose. So now I'm thinking, what is Ford doing? What are they, just making up the name of a hose? Like the engineers were sitting around the design room and somebody said, hey, call that hose a joust. It makes it sound more important. So now the Ford engineers are making up names for parts. Hey, Bill, what's the name of the bolt for the alternator? Oh, call that the flambone bolt. And call the washer the Mongo. You gotta put the flambone with the fucking Mongo. And anyway, I thought joust was when two medieval idiots in armor rode on horseback towards each other with a fucking pole to try to knock the other one off the horse. Anyway, so some Fords and even some Lincoln models are affected. 500,000 cars are affected in total. Ford's only been making cars for 120 fucking years. God forbid they should learn something about how parts work by now. Yeah, I know. I'll get comments like Ford stands for found on road dead, or how about fucker only rolls downhill, or factory ordered road disaster, or fix or repair daily, or found on redneck's driveway. Now look, Ford has made some pretty great cars over the years. And I know some Fords are excellent cars. And they also make Lincolns too. And that's a pretty iconic line of cars. But if they keep this up, I'm going to say Ford stands for fuck off rotten duty. If Ford is listening to me, here's some advice. KISS, K-I-S-S. Keep it simple, stupid. You know what you make, and you know your loyal customers will buy your cars as long as they don't explode or drive off mountains. Gabish, just make a fucking solid car. Just make them last. Don't get fancy. Don't start using all sorts of weird shit that you never used before, like joust hoses. Just make the fucking cookies like your grandmother did. Ford had another recall. That's what fucking ticks me off.